All right, so hello. So this video is here to teach you about how to complete the Fall of the Roman Empire assignment. So before you launch in the assignment, please just take some time, watch this video because I'm going to explain some examples how to complete it. Because it can be a touch confusing when you're just looking at it as is. So, what you'll notice in Google Classroom, because the idea is if you're watching this, you're most likely you were absent from class that day and you're going to have to complete this individually. So when you look at Google Classroom, you'll notice I have two documents uploaded. This one right here, right? It's got some directions up here. You don't need to worry about, you should, because on here it says you should also document which document this evidence came from. Don't worry about that bit, right? You have one sheet that has this bubble thing right here with the main idea in the middle, what caused the Roman Empire to collapse. And then in the back is the snowball effect that I'm going to explain once we get to it, all right? And then the next document you'll notice will have a bunch of other documents in it, right? It'll have some readings, right, like here. There'll be some pictures, right, that you're going to look through, right? This document is just as valuable because it's going to give you the information you need to complete the assignment, all right? So what you're going to be doing is you're going to figure out, essentially, what caused the Roman Empire to collapse, taking a look at the documents provided. Because it has been something that historians have debated, discussed, shared, was there one reason, was there multiple, and how that all plays in. And you guys, as budding historians, are going to document that information, all right? So what you're going to do is you are essentially, to show you through my little example here. You're going to have your bubble in the middle, and then you're going to come up with general bubbles, and off those bubbles are going to be specific bubbles. And I know looking at that, you're thinking, what in the world are you talking about, Bartos? Let me show you a way better example using the Punic Wars. All right, so I'm going to write Punic Wars here in the middle. So now what we're going to think about, right, now in reality, if you pretend that we still have all our notes in front of us, those would serve as our documents, but right now we're going to reference to our memory. Right, we have the Punic Wars here. Now we need to come up with some general bubbles based on the Punic Wars, right? Something that gives us a category, nothing specific. So for 2, I may put territory fight. Okay. And then over here, competing armies. All right, not terribly specific, right? These are just categories. That's what the general bubbles are. They're giving us categories. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give specific details that explain the general category. So if we take a look at the first one, territory fight, right? It was between Carthage and Rome. And another point I may make is it was over Sicily. All right, and you can put more bubbles, but for the sake of example, we're keeping this quick and simple. And then when we come over here and take a look at competing armies, some things I may mention was, Carthage used war elephants, right? Rome used corvus, and Carthage had a good navy. There we go. Okay, so same thing, right? I have my key, my topic, right? I have 2 general bubbles, and then off those bubbles I give more specifics. That is what you are going to do when you're completing this assignment, right? You have the general idea of what caused the Roman Empire to collapse, that's the theme. right? That's the idea, main idea. And then as you're looking through the documents, you're gonna figure out, okay, you're gonna pick some general bubbles, like categories that you saw, that you may have seen show up in one document or multiple documents, and then you're gonna give more details to back that category up to further explain that category. All right? Now, when you're working on this, okay, I expect to see 5 general bubbles, and 5 specific bubbles. Now, somebody had asked me, and it was a really good question, they said, okay, so does that mean each of these bubbles, each of the general bubbles have to have 5 specific bubbles? No. I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one may have 1 point, this one may have 2, that one may have 1, that one may have 1, and then this one may have 2 more, right? So it doesn't have to be 5 specific bubbles per category, okay? And of course, there's definitely room to find more than 5. I set this minimum to kind of make sure that people put effort into it, right? But if you find more, you're encouraged to put more, of course. Right? I've already had somebody do find as many as 5 category bubbles, or 7 category bubbles. So, all right. And then once you're done with this side, okay, then you're going to go over to this side. And what you're going to do is you're going to focus on 2 key examples, right? From your bubbles that you looked at. All right, 2 that you felt were the most important. And you're going to say, okay, well, this situation, and these are 2 separate ones, right? So looking at this one, this situation led to this situation, which led to this situation, which led to the fall over row. That's the idea. All right, so that is what you're going to do. And give me a little bit of detail. Don't give me 1 or 2 word answers in these. All right. So that is what you're going to do. As always, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to let me know.